Greetings everyone, this is Stirring It Up with Chef Bee. I'm here with Nzali Scales and we're at Iwi Fresh. Today we're talking simple holiday meals and I wanted my little Spelman sister to come on and talk a little bit about just some cool things that she's doing, and then also we just want to prepare some food together. So what's on the menu? Do you remember what I said?
So today we are making a warm winter salad with red barley, black lentils, and Japanese sweet potatoes.
Yes, indeed.
And then we're making a cold salad with cucumbers and carrots.
Simple.
And then we're going to do poached pears and cranberry.
So
kind of tart.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to just show you how to assemble some of these. A lot of our food is already prepped and ready to go, but we want to show you how simple it is to put everything together. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Nzali!
Yes.
All right, so let me just say this, y'all. Everyone was so excited when they knew Nzali was coming on the show. You know you're one of those community kids, right?
I know.
You're a community kid, so everyone's
I'm
like,
my parents.
yes, indeed. So they were just so happy that you were coming on, and everyone see how much you blossomed over the years.
Thank you.
She's my little Spelman sister. You're about to, well, you graduated.
Something.
I mean, y'all, 3.5 years of Spelman, okay? Most of us do 4.5, 5.
Okay.
She did 3.5. Tell me a little bit about what you did at Spelman.
So, at Spelman, I majored in sociology, stayed in Abbey. That's
Abbey.
important. I stayed at Abbey. I minored in Spanish, and I don't know. I just had a great time. It's not over yet, but my classes are over. I've done a good deal. I think I studied abroad, made some great friends, and enjoyed myself.
Yeah, now, and if you look at her Instagram, she looks like she's having a lot of fun. You travel a lot too. You know, you didn't say that, but you travel a whole lot. And I've been knowing Nzali for some time, and she's always loved to prepare food. And she's like, I want to be a chef, right? So tell me a little bit about your Instagram kitchen.
So I've always liked to cook. I cook at home a lot. I like to experiment. It's kind of my creative outlet, but I never really had a platform to do it. So in July, I started taking pictures of everything I was making, and then I kind of developed an Instagram page. You can follow me at Zaza's Kitchen.
Zaza's Kitchen.
But there, I post what I make, just different recipes that I come up with. They're find on Pinterest. They're fine. And I'm inspired from other people, and then I kind of put my own spin onto it. And then I also do reviews. So I'll go to places where I travel or in Atlanta, and then post the different food I get, what's in it. I don't really do too many reviews because I think that everything that I pretty much order or get is gonna be good. But for the most part, a lot of it is plant-based. I do a lot of fish and chicken, but besides that, I think everything that I do is pretty much health conscious. It's very healthy, but it's also it can be considered comfort food in a way too.
Awesome. So, you know, the holidays are coming up, and oftentimes when we're talking holiday food, you think stuffing, you think mac and cheese. Yeah. What are some other things that you like?
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
Turkey.
Turkey, right? These are the sort of traditional things that people have during the holiday. I said, Sally, let's just do something a little different, right? And so this is actually a dish that is in line with the season. So I talk a lot about eating seasonally. And red barley, black lentils. So I actually use beluga lentils. Have you ever used beluga lentils before?
I think I used to use red lentils.
Use red lentils. So these are beluga lentils, so we can show the audience, right? And can we big up the audience real quick, cameraman? Yes. We got the family. The families come by to support and hang out with us. So we are actually using some beluga lentils. They actually look a little bit like caviar.
Okay.
Right? A little bit, right? And it actually loses a little bit of its color when you cook it. Yeah, but it's black, a very dark lentil, so it's very high antioxidants. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why I used it. And during this time of the year, we really want to get our antioxidants. You want to get your antioxidants all the time, but during the winter, you want to definitely get your antioxidants in. All right, so we're going to assemble this salad. Okay. We're also going to use some red barley, and so you can actually add that here. And this is what the red barley looks like. This is one of, I really try to change up the grains. What kind of grains do you like to eat?
rice.
Rice.
And grits.
And grits. Yeah. Do you eat quinoa at all?
No.
No. So just rice. Is it like what kind of rice? Is it like brown rice?
I like
white rice.
I like white rice.
Yeah.
The starchy stuff.
I know. But if you're gonna do white rice, let me just give you a little tip. Try some like basmati.
That's or jasmine.
Yeah, it's because it's so fragrant and it's so good,
More
right?
like Asian.
Yes, indeed. All right, so this is the red barley. This is what it actually looks like, right? And so when you actually cook this, it actually it loses a little bit of its color, but then also it gains more of this sort of vibrant brown color. So we're gonna actually put this in here. And it's very hearty. It's a very hearty. You can actually put all of it in there because we're gonna share some of this out. Yes. So you can just pour the whole thing in there. And just let me let you know, whenever you're making any kind of grain, I know for me, I just do a 2-to-1 ratio. Okay. Is that what you do too?
Usually I just make one type of grain, but now I know.
So you do 2-to-1 ratio. You can do 1 cup of the grain to 2 cups of water. And then
you mean for the water?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then it gets it just right. And then you can add
That's
whatever you want inside of the grain. So I added a little bit of the Himalayan salt just to give it some nice flavor.
Sometimes I'll do like herbs too.
Yes. All right. So we added the red barley. We also added the beluga lentils. So we're gonna put this off to the side.
Next we'll do
and
sweet
then
potatoes.
These are Japanese sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Have you ever used those?
I haven't. I've seen them at the farmer's market.
Yeah, so they're purple sweet potato on the skin, and when you peel them, they're white.
Okay.
And so as you can see, when you cook them, they're a little bit yellow, right? So all we did was add a little bit of olive oil to this, and we added a little bit of minced garlic.
Okay.
And so it's gonna have olive oil, and it has some really nice flavor in it. All right, so we have those in. Very, very nice. So you look like you're really comfortable in the kitchen. I love it. I love it. All right, so we're gonna also add a little bit of the herbs.
Okay.
So we have some oregano, and then we also have some dried basil.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to also chop up some.
Rosemary.
Yeah, so we have some fresh rosemary, and so we're gonna add that to it as well. Are you guys traveling for the holidays? Or are you staying put?
I'm going to Cuba on Wednesday.
See, she's like a little world traveler. What's going on in Cuba? Oh my goodness.
So, hey, Baba Densu. I'm going with him.
You going with Baba Densu?
And some of his friends. We're all going to just have fun.
Yes, big up to Baba Densu out in Tallahassee, Florida. And you, Professor, who takes a bunch of folks to Cuba pretty much several times
Every
a year.
year, twice a year. During the winter and the spring.
So our family went maybe 2 years ago, 2 summers ago. Yep. All right, so we're gonna sprinkle that in there as well. Very nice. And then we also have here some beet greens, all right? And so as Zali said, this looks like Swiss chard. And it actually does look like Swiss chard, right? This is the beet greens, which is super high in iron. And this is a cousin to the Swiss chard.
Okay.
So we're gonna just add that in.
Okay.
Yep. And then I think I want us to add in some more garlic because garlic is fresh garlic. The minced garlic is nice, but it's gonna have it's not gonna be as pungent. And so we're gonna add in some of this garlic. Yes. So what kinds of things are you planning to do while you're in Cuba?
I know I want to do a farm to table experience. That's like the top of my list. I don't know. I like just going to Spanish speaking countries, so.
Yes, that's why you're gonna be able to practice.
Yes.
Oh man, that's good. So are you fluent?
I can speak Spanish.
Okay.
Yes, but
I love that.
I don't like being put on the spot. But when I do, when it's survival mode, I speak Spanish.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien.
Now he speaks Spanish too, the cameraman.
Really?
Yes indeed, he's good.
Un poco.
Alright, so I'm gonna add a little bit of the olive oil here.
Uh-huh.
So this is just some cold pressed olive oil. And then what do you think we should add in? Should we use some balsamic or should we use a little bit of the red wine? What you think?
You can do red wine.
Red wine? So let's put some of this in. A little bit. Yes. Yes. Alright. That looks really pretty too. Look at that. And so like some of these dishes, you know, when you're during the holiday, you know, there's all sorts of work parties, family parties, and sometimes people don't know what to bring. This is like super easy to make. Okay, the last thing that we're gonna add to this, we're gonna actually cut up. Yeah, so this is straight from the farmer that I do my CSA with. And so these are just some spring onions that are still growing. So we're just gonna chop this up. And then we're gonna have you sprinkle it in. And then we're gonna taste it to see if it needs anything. Okay? Very, very good. So, yeah. Do you use this kind? Do you use these onions?
Sometimes. I usually do red onions or white.
And actually, this is a baby red onion, right? So if it were to grow up,
so that's what it would become.
That's what it would become.
Do they
well,
have
yeah,
white
it would.
onions?
Yeah. So these are just the babies.
Okay.
And so if you left them in the earth for 6 months or however long you leave them in the earth, they'll get bigger and bigger. You just basically cut off the tops.
Okay.
And then and those are like your scallions.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you can actually add this. Take some of this off. You can add that in. Yeah, that looks so good. And then we're gonna taste to see if you like it. So do you and your girls get together and prepare food?
We do, like taco nights and stuff like that. The other day we did shrimp and grits.
And see, I like that because you always hear of young people not preparing food and coming together to I don't know. Well, instead of going out, just coming home, hanging out, and actually preparing food. So that's actually refreshing to hear that y'all do that. It is cheaper, right? All right, so let's taste it and see if we like that.
Okay.
All right, so here you go. Just put a little bit on there and see if it's balanced. And if it's not, we can just add a few more things. There you go. Let me taste it. You taste it. I like that one.
It's good.
It's really good. That's really good.
And I'm really hungry.
That's really, really good. Okay, so this is how we would plate this. And then what we'll do is just take this. And then what we could do is just put some of that. Yeah, we just center it. And then we put it here. Yes. And so the nice thing is a lot of these, like the sweet potatoes, it already has its flavor. Ooh, look at her, chef. All right, let's actually add some more stuff to it.
Okay.
I want to fill up the plate. Yeah, let's fill it up. Like so. And then you can add your little sprinkle. You want to add the sprinkle again? Go ahead. Yes. I love that. All right, so that's dish one. All right, now what we're gonna do, simple.
Cucumber.
Yes. Cucumbers. You like cucumbers?
I do. I eat them like chips.
Ooh, you do?
Well, I just eat slices.
All right, so let's do it the way you like to slice them. All right, so let's cut this in half and then just cut them up the way you like to cut them. And I think you're gonna really like these carrots. So these come from our local CSA, our Farmer Jay. And these are baby carrots. They're so sweet. And she's growing the orange, she's growing the yellow. So just really, really nice. And I find that the younger they are, the sweeter they are. They sort of have a bitter taste the older they get. Yeah. So you can use that. And actually, if you want to, this is really sharp. So that's gonna give you what you're looking for. And then I'm just gonna clean these off. I'm just gonna actually peel some of this. Yes. So what are your plans after you graduate?
Well, I'm applying to graduate school, so we'll see how that goes.
Yes. Where do you want to go to grad school?
We'll see. We'll see.
It's still up in the air?
Yes, I'm just applying, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, that's awesome. You want to stay in Atlanta?
No. I'll come back probably, but not for the young adult years.
And you know what? I think that that's good. I think that it's important to, go off into the world, have your awesome experiences, and then later on, if you decide you want to come back to your home city, you can do that. Because I know that you've done that before. So that's really, really good.
So, yeah, I'll probably live in the Midwest or the New England region.
Oh, okay. And that's actually a nice area too. It's just cold.
Yeah.
Right? You don't care about
nice.
You know why? Because that skin is tough. Don't worry about it though. You're doing good.
Just don't cut yourself, that's all.
We don't want you to cut yourself. All right?
Especially on the video. It'll be a whole other show.
All right, there you go. There you go. All right. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to slice these since you kind of. I want you to taste this. Taste one first. Okay. Tell me what you think it needs. What you think? Not much. Not much.
Just a little bit of salt.
Just a little bit of salt. Okay.
Maybe some basil.
So let me ask you this: when you go to holiday parties with the family, do you find yourself binging out on food, or do you pace yourself? What do you do? Just having fun during the holidays? I eat. You eat? I think I do too. You know, it's fine, right?
Not every day, but on holidays. Yes.
Holidays.
Thanksgiving, yes.
Holidays.
I ate leftovers for like a week.
Are you serious? Yeah. I mean, it's very easy to. There's so many options in front of you, and so it's very easy to just binge out and just have a good time. Because if you don't eat that stuff regularly, then why, right? So this is like, look, you have our tricolor, you have our green, we have our orange, and then we also have our gold. This is really, really cool. All
So
right,
which of your parents is more responsible for how you cooking now?
My mom.
Your mom.
Mom, I love it. Oh, Mom.
How much she pay you? How much she pay you?
I spent in my house.
All right, so look at this. This is really nice. So I'm gonna cut this up a little bit more. All right, so we use the red wine vinegar for the warm salad. So maybe we can try some of the
Apple
balsamic.
cider.
Okay. You want to do apple cider? Okay, let's do that. That works.
Oh, we can do balsamic.
You want to do that?
Apple cider is a little strong.
Yes. All right, so we just do a splash, right? So there goes our little splash. And then, you know, the balsamic has like a little sweetness to it, right? So just since we're in line with sort of these, you know, Italian flavors, we'll do that.
A little bit of salt.
We'll do a little bit of salt and then just a little bit of the garlic. That's it. Okay, and then mix it up. And then we can try this and see if we like it. Really, really simple. Alright, so you can try this and see if it's balanced. Take one, and I'll take one too.
It's good. I think it could be a little more oregano.
Want some more? So, amongst your friends, are you like the guru chef?
Me, and then I have a friend, her dad's a chef, so she teaches me more techniques, but we have different, like, I guess, eating preferences, but she's good, so she teaches me. But other than that, I think so.
Look at you. I like that. All right, so this is our salad, right? Simple, simple, simple. And then the last thing that we're gonna make is our
Poached pear.
All right, so we were thinking about a dessert, and you like pears?
I do.
Yeah. And
I like cranberries too.
like cranberries, and so what we wanted to do is we wanted to use some fresh cranberries. Have you ever had a fresh cranberry? Taste it. Really sour. Right. So we wanted to. And Zali called me. She said, "Let's do some poached pears." I said, "All right, that sounds awesome." So one of our original dishes was, I think we were gonna do we were gonna do pears and cranberry crumble. And then she called me and she said, "I think I want us to do some poached pears." So I said, "All right, let's do that." But I think it would be really nice if we added the cranberries to it. All right. So what we would do, we just talk a little bit about what we would do here.
So we're going to peel the pears.
Yeah, so what we would do is peel it, right? And you would basically just peel like maybe one or two pears. These are organic Bartlett pears. They're very, very nice. Have you ever used these, or you like the other ones? Like there's some Boss pears.
I
Which
think
one
I
do you
normally
like?
get these kinds.
These are the kind. Okay. And so you would just basically peel those. Just take the skin off, remove it, and then what we do is we're gonna cut them in half. Okay. You cut them in half. Now, when you poach pears, you don't have to do this technique. You can just peel them, remove the skin, and then you can basically just put them inside of like a baking pan, and then you can put them in the oven with a liquid. All right, and then you just basically keep turning it because we're kind of braising it in a sense, right, in the oven. But what I wanted to do, because that does take a little bit of time, what we wanted to do here is we wanted to just cut them in half. You can put them face down in a pan. and you can still do the same thing, but it actually cooks a little bit faster. All right. So this is how you would do it. This is good. And then what we want to do is we want to show them we're going to cut it in half. Yep. You can take that. And then just use a spoon to just cut out the middle, make like a little pretty hole. Right? And later on, what we can do is we can add different things to that, right? And we have some really nice toppings that we're going to use today. But you can just, you know, take out that seed and just make it pretty if you want, right? And then what we would do is just put this face down into a pan. Now the liquids that we would use to poach, we have some water, and then we also have a simple syrup. The simple syrup is just some brown sugar, some water, and then I also use some sorrel. So we had some sorrel already made, and then we just used that in the liquid one to give it some color, and then some just like different flavors. We also added some spices, right? You want to tell them about the spices that we added?
There was allspice and cinnamon added to
Yeah,
it.
so we can actually show them. Right. So this is what it looks like. I want you to try it.
Okay.
So we're gonna get one of these. It has like a alcohol flavor, right? So you smell it. The other thing is when you're poaching, you can actually use wine. You drink wine? That didn't answer the question. Well, you can use wine. You can use
Don't ask me those questions. My parents is right here.
alcoholic beverage. All right, so I'm gonna put this on here and I want you to try it. And I'm gonna add this. Now it's sweeter because we poached it, so it's not that sour flavor anymore. All right, so you can try it and tell me what you think. Let's see if we did okay. Like it? And then what about the cranberries? Yeah. In her face. You can also, if you want to, you can add a little bit of. We could have also added a little bit of the essential oils. I have some cinnamon essential oils here. We can add that to like the syrup, just to kind of enhance the flavor and make it like really pop. Yeah. Or what we could have added here, it's all up to you and what you're feeling. You could add some lime, some citrus. Yeah, and that'll give it like some really nice flavoring as well. All right, so actually what I want us to do is I want us to plate the pears. When we plate it though, I want us to turn it upside down so that we see that nice hole. And then what we can do is add some of the cranberries. You can use. You got it? You do. Yeah, that looks good. Let me work. Alright. There you go. Yeah, put some cranberries. Yeah, we can even put another one on the plate because that looks sad. They look alone. Ooh, that looks so pretty. Yes. That looks so good. Yes. And then also we talked a little bit about doing like a whipped cream. So you can add that too if you like. You can do coconut whipped cream. You can do whatever you want, you know. You can add whatever topping you want. And then we tried this and we really like this as well, right? So we can add some of this. This is sort of a granola. Has a little bit of honey. It has some dried cherries and some almonds. And we can just sprinkle a little bit on top. So boom. Boom. Just hit it. There we go. And then you have it. So did that take long?
No, not at all.
That did not take long at all. So we did this holiday meal. You know, if you had some folks over, this is something that you can even offer them, right? Simple, simple, simple. So we just want to make sure that we are giving folks some choices, some options. If they go somewhere, or if you're doing a small little something at the house, there's some things that you can do that's healthy. We're not saying that you can't have all the other stuff, right? But we want to also make sure that we have some healthy options on the table. And the poached pears are awesome. Cucumber salad is awesome.
Warm barley salad.
Yeah. All right, so do you want to share anything else with our viewers?
Be looking out for me. I have some plans coming up for my Zaza's Kitchen, so I'm excited to share those with you.
And what we'll do is we'll drop the Zaza's Kitchen, that link on Instagram in the comments. Is there any other way that they can connect with you? Or is that pretty much? I know you're a big Instagram person.
For right now, so yeah.
Awesome. All right, y'all, and you know that we have plant-based meals to go. We have our 3-day, 5-day, and our 7-day plan. You can go to chefbee.com. That's with 3 E's. And you can subscribe if you're looking to do something healthy, do something different for yourself and your family for the new year. My new theme for 2019 is activating your wellness plan for 2019.
Because a lot of people plan but don't always act upon it.
Exactly. And so one of the things that people need support with is their food, right? And so eating more plant-based. You know, if you're busy, you're an entrepreneur, or you're just someone who's on the go, you need someone to help you with your meals. Plant-based meals to go is one of those things that folks can actually do in the new year to just kind of get themselves on the right track. Then we also have our cookbook that plans to nourish you. You can go to chefbee.com and purchase that. Where we look at essential oils. We just have a variety of things for you on the site.
Awesome.
Right?
Thank you for having me on the show.
My little
Thank
spoon.
you.
All right, y'all. We about to go eat. Right?
Thank you to the audience.
Yeah, they go mama.
Hey.
Yes. All right, y'all. Enjoy your Sunday. This is our last cooking show for the year. Yeah, so you helped me to close out the year.
Thank you.
So for all of you out there, have a wonderful holiday season.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure that you are eating right. Make sure that you are on track with all that you're doing. And we're going to see you in the new year with some new shows here at UB Fresh. All right. Peace out.
Boo.